let's go to how X reacted to the game yesterday. So let's start looking at REAX, and we'll go through Twitter. We'll see what people were saying on social media yesterday after the game. The first one we're looking at is Coco, and he says, best captain in the league, I don't care. And just look at the passion from Sonny there. Look how it means so much to him. And that's one of the big differences, I feel like. I've said it before, like between him and Kane. As much as I loved Kane, I still love Kane. And I think Kane obviously was a good captain in his own right, in his own way, or a good leader. I feel like Son really just like wants to have that bit more connection and passion with the fans, and these outward like displays of delight when we score and things like that, and really trying to G up the fans and that connection. I feel like Kane would like come over to the crowd, but he wouldn't really want to have those outward shows of passion like Sonny showed, and that's like a big difference when it comes to getting the crowd on side.
It is. Well, you got to look at it as well. Our last captain was Hugo Lloris, and you don't really see it with the goalkeeper when goals are being scored or what have you. But I think what Son is doing as a captain is like no other captain I've seen. And I'm not talking about his performances on the pitch. I'm talking about the importance of wearing that armband and the responsibility that comes with it, both on and off the pitch. This team seems so much more connected than they have done in recent years. Yes, Ange Postecoglou has a lot to do with it, but this man is just as much to reap the success. I think he is a wonderful captain, and like you said, he's like a little kid at Christmas, isn't he? Right now,
absolutely.
Whenever he scores, whenever, just the passion and the enjoyment he has in wearing that shirt and representing our club, I can't remember seeing another player like it.
Just to confirm, you can see the REAX, right? You can see everything. Okay, good. Yeah, very good, very good. Next up is Library Mini, and she says, "Look at the happiness on his face with a tears in my eyes emoji." And I just love. That Son smile was so infectious. I just love watching it. Yes. And after the win yesterday, you can see how much it means to him, and what a massive smile he has on his face, giving. I don't know who it is. I think it was one of the coaches, a massive hug. What I love about him as well, he never leaves anyone out, does he? Of the hugs at the end of the game, does he? He always makes sure to congratulate everyone on the pitch for all the effort they've done, and he's such a great caring captain like that, and you can see what a smile he has on his face there after the game. Absolutely brilliant stuff there. Next one is from Mal Duck. It's more Sonny stuff. These are the two celebrations he had after the goal. One of them he celebrated with Pape Sarr lifting him up there. Absolutely brilliant stuff. Love watching that. And then he has a separate celebration with Porro where he has a little handshake with him and a hug. Brilliant stuff. And this is what I love when he goes to the crowd and just G's them up. Oh, I love it. Absolutely love it from Son.
Well, first of all, he's doing
then there's a third celebration at the end there as well. 3 celebrations, love it.
So you see that with him. I can't remember a player doing that so much in recent times for us. We saw it when we were at the North London derby once he scored the second equaliser right in front of us, geeing up the crowd. And I'm just waiting. You saw it with Porro. I'm just waiting for the peak Poch days where he has a handshake for everyone to come back. Because I love those days. How he remembers all these handshakes is incredible. Just such a great leader.
Yeah, that video has seemed to have buffered, so we'll move on. Barnaby, THFC Barnaby says, I don't think that's not the Barnaby who was in the studio, it's a different Barnaby, I think. He says, Guillermo Vicario is statistically the league's best shot stopper, by the way, and he's showing a stat off the back of yesterday. This is post shot XG, which is a stat which basically measures how many goals a keeper has prevented this season, and there's Vicario sitting right at the top of the tree. 5 goals from XG he has prevented this season, which is more than anyone else, and I think that just goes to show as well how crucial he has been to earning us points with his shot stopping. So absolutely astonishing stuff from Vicario, and obviously we've given him a lot of praise, and he just deserves every bit of it.
100%. What more can you say apart from that stat? Look at the people he's above. Look, Alisson to me is the best goalkeeper in the world, and Vicario's now pushing him. All right, it's only been 18 games in the league, but if this is what he's doing to begin with, he's only going to get better and better. And to be there right now is an incredible achievement from him, and well done, Vicario. You've been magnificent.
Yeah, completely agree with that. Next up, we have again Library Mini says, if I was the ref, I would just give him everything he wants. And this is Son. This is Son talking to the referee after the goal was given. I think for that was then ruled out. He was saying, look, that's clearly a foul. He's like in complete shock, and obviously the VAR did end up going to the screen and ruling it out. But you can see Son, look at that expression on his face. When you see that Son expression, you can't help but ruling out the goal. Surely, I think that's him with the linesman actually saying, how can you not give that foul?
Simeon, I'll tell you now, and you'll soon get to see what I'm talking about. When you become an uncle or a parent, and you say no to a child about a bar of chocolate in the shops or getting something, and they give you those eyes that you just can't refuse, you're just like, oh, go on then. I can't take. That's exactly what that look is. That's exactly what that look is. You'll get to know that look very, very well in the next few years. Please, God.
I hope so. But there's Human Son. The end did up getting the decision in the end. Tottenham Marsky saying Tottenham Hotspur Football Club are 4 points off the top of the Premier League in an injury crisis, and that's the mood he's in. Absolutely brilliant stuff. There is Ronaldo, just absolutely fantastic stuff. And it is astonishing that we're in this position given the circumstances we've been through this season. So big up to all the coaching staff, and I couldn't be happier. I think next one is from Nice One Sonny. I think we did see this video already, so we'll just skip past it. That's all the celebrations. We won on and off the pitch, and this is Sonny coming over to all the injured players as well after the game. There you go, giving Solomon a hug, giving Van de Ven a high five, Udogie suspended as well. So lovely moment there from Sonny, making sure they all feel involved, even though they didn't take part in the game. So lovely celebrations again from Human Son. Just more displays of what a brilliant captain he is in there, Human Son. Just making sure that all the injured players as well coming over and giving them a nice little hug. Lana, is that Lana? They say Vic with a crying emoji, and I think Vic, that's probably all of us near the end of that game. That expression from Vic, kind of got away with that one. But I love Vic's expressions. He's full of expression, isn't he? He loves his facial expressions. Vicario, such an expressive goalkeeper, very eccentric. Yes, and the best ones normally are, aren't they? Yeah. Yeah, a bit of a nutter, but I think that face tells a lot of stories. Tottenham tweeting out yesterday, trademark. That's the trademark Sonny celebration. Never get bored of seeing Sonny do that. Toby says, fake Brazilian versus world-class star boy. And there we go. Son, now in half the minutes of Saka, now has the same amount of goals. Something interesting to say about that, although you could argue Rishi's a striker, Saka's a winger, but we won't say that. It's Rishi's having as good a season as Saka. I think that's the narrative we're going to go with. Exactly, we'll give it to him. Next up is a video that has been taken down, so we'll go past that. Zara says, you don't know how much I miss them playing together, and that is Son, and I think is that Maddison he's giving a hug to in the beanie. I think they're having a nice embrace there after the game. And look, you got to remember what amazing link-up they had at the beginning of the season, those two. Remember, it was incredible, the link-up they had. So definitely missing that at the moment. So can't wait to see them back on the pitch together. Brilliant seeing that, having that embrace. Spurs OTM says, huge tackle from Cuti Romero, and this was his tackle on Calvert-Lewin in a crucial moment. We were at 0-0, that was during at that game. So that moment was look, if Everton would have gone 1-0 up, it's a different game, isn't it, Brian? So that moment was absolutely vital.
100%. And again, it's such a brilliantly timed tackle. It wasn't rash. It was just bang on the money. You had to get it right. And I don't think enough's being made of how good that tackle is.
Yeah, agreed. It was a really, really crucial moment for him. Clara says, another day, another Vicario reaction meme, and that's the reaction we saw before, but yeah, absolutely crucial. No context Tottenham, a bit of shithousery on Danjuma doing his celebration with the ball just not going over the line, doing his snake celebration. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Rob Daly tweeting out, this was Santa. He was standing just just in front of the cockerel just before kickoff. So and what I love about it was even though Santa usually wears red, this was Spurs kitted him out in a blue Santa costume. So big ups for Spurs for adjusting Santa's costume for that.
Or was it just a random person and then people started pointing up?
Obviously, Spurs arranged it, but no, it was they didn't announce it. It was just happened just before kickoff. They just showed it, and they just plonked him right in front of the cockerel. So that was a great moment with a couple of flags there. There was Blue Santa. Pedro Porro, this was his first half. 6 out of 6 ground duels won, most take-ons completed, most tackles and most possessions won, and he wasn't dribbled past once. So Porro, Squawker saying he had a very good first half, so big up to him. I think he deserves that. United Spurs of America saying all Spurs fans today, and this is Vicario make a crucial save, but they zoomed in on one very concerned fan in the background there, and I definitely think that was a lot of Spurs fans during that game yesterday watching that moment, but thankfully we did get the win in the end. Spurs pictures that go hard, that go hard. This was Richarlison and Son together celebrating. I think it was Sonny's goal. Brilliant picture that is. Love the expression on Sonny's face, and look at Richarlison going to celebrate with him. Absolutely brilliant. THFC report saying Son Heung-min and Danjuma at full time yesterday. Look, easy to forget Danjuma playing for us last season, so Son embracing him at full time. It was nice for them to have a little moment at full time with them together yesterday.
You know what? It's got to the point now, Simeon, that if you don't get a hug from Son,
something's gone wrong.
Something's gone wrong. If you don't get a hug, probably the postman at his house, the milkman, just everyone. He is the most friendliest guy I think you could ever wish to meet from what we see and what we hear. Yeah,
completely agree. Next up, SBTR77 says, we did it for them. And that is Madison, Van de Ven and Bentancur in the clouds. It's as if they're like, exactly, they're watching us from above, giving us their best. And I can't wait for them to get back into the team as soon as possible. Spurs Rev saying Rishi with a fire emoji, and obviously that was him celebrating. He didn't obviously do his pigeon celebration out of respect for Everton, which is fair enough, but there's a picture of him celebrating, almost apologising for scoring against his former club, but big up to Rishi yesterday.
Did you see as well, Tim? Did you see as well when he went over to the Everton fans at the end and spent some time with them? He literally walked over to the Everton fans after the game, spent 3 or 4, or it looked like a few minutes, just clapping them, applauding them, saying thank you. They've never.
I didn't notice that. I didn't notice that. I didn't see that.
He went over. There's a few videos of it circulating that he walked over at full time and properly, like Harry Kane used to when he used to walk around. And literally went over to the Everton fans and made sure he said hello to them or goodbye to them, whichever way you want to look at it, which was a really nice touch from him.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic from Rishi there. Hotspur related saying Erling Haaland is now the only player to score more Premier League goals than Tottenham captain Heung-min Son this season in 11. So look, he's having a brilliant goal scoring season. So great to see him back in goal scoring form after last season, had a bit of a, it's still 10 Premier League goals, but by his standards, definitely had a bit of an off season in front of goal. So fantastic to see him, back at the top of the scoring charts where he belongs. The Spurs watch says Merry Christmas, and just a picture of the ball. Look how close that is to going over the line. Absolutely astonishing, but thank God the inches is what counted yesterday, so brilliant stuff. Hotspur related also tweeting out Tottenham fans applaud in the 25th minute in tribute to Charlie Brookfield, a supporter who recently lost his life shortly after his 25th birthday. And there was a really nice round of applause on the 25th minute there, so really good stuff there from the Tottenham fans to show their appreciation for Charlie Brookfield. May he rest in peace. Spurs Express tweeting out a picture of Van de Ven and James Maddison after the game on Instagram yesterday. Great picture of them too. I love that the injured players are getting together and watching the games together, and that really does warm my heart, thank God. Spurs Watch tweeting a picture of McNeil stamping on Sarr. Should more have been made of that during the game? I didn't really notice it, but was that something that the commentators picked up on during the game?
I can't recall it, mate. To be honest with you, I can't recall it. Obviously, the Scotland Yard was rammed again yesterday. So during the game, there's loads of singing and talking. So the commentator is on, is whether you can hear it or not. But I can't recall that moment.
Yeah, me neither. I don't remember it, but maybe. Sorry. Yeah, I mean that picture doesn't look great, so maybe that's something VAR should have looked at. Squawker Live saying Emerson Royale, his stats versus Everton: most duels won, most interceptions, most possessions won, most fouls won as well. No Udogi, no problem. And look, I think again Emerson deserves a lot of praise for what was a really good performance yesterday. Yeah, good stuff. Danny tweeting out saying, I'm loving Big Ange instead. Merry Christmas, everyone. Tottenham are top 4. And there's Big Ange, showing his appreciation for the supporters yesterday, which he has been doing, every home game this season. And what a connection he's got with the fans. And he's absolutely loving every minute. You can see it, isn't he? How he celebrates. And I think he's grown to love that song, I'm loving Big Ange instead as well. It's a really brilliant moment always when that song comes on post-match. So really good stuff there. Next up, the Spurs Watch says Postecoglou on Cuti Romero, saying he felt tightness in his hamstring just before half-time, though, so we had to take him off. And here's a picture, him strapped with ice on his hamstring. Let's hope this injury is not as serious as we fear for Cuti Romero, but it doesn't look great for him, does it?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't look good. But I'm also thinking, if it was that bad, wouldn't they have had him getting assessed at the hospital straight away? Would they have kept him out? Would they have asked him? It was stupid to keep his legs covered up and put joggers on, or just something to keep the rest of his legs warm. It doesn't look good, does it, when you see an ice pack? But hopefully that is just a prevention, and they've got to it very, very quickly. So he is available for Brighton.
I remember
but what
as well.
I don't want to do is risk him if he's not 100 for Brighton, and then risking whilst we're waiting for Van der Ven that he does something and he pulls up early, and then we could be in a world of problem.
I remember early in the season when Brennan had a similar problem. He said he felt a bit of tightness in his hamstring and he took him off, and then he was out for a couple of games, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So hopefully he hasn't pulled anything, but usually with hamstrings, if you feel something, then it usually takes at least a couple of weeks to recover. So let's hope he's okay. Hotspur Related says no player has scored more Premier League goals this month than THFC's forward Richarlison. So could he be up for Player of the Month, Brian?
On that stat, listen, the striker's there to score goals, and if, as Hotspur Related said, no one's done it better, he deserves the credit for it, especially with all the negativity and everyone calling him a flop, which he's still got a long way to go. But what a turnaround it's been when he's come back injury-free, or like I said, his back thing seems to be a recurring thing. But he's come and done the job. He's scored 5 goals now, in 3 games? 4 goals in 3 games, sorry. And yeah, you can't say fairer than that.
Where has he scored 5 in December?
I don't think it is 5. I think it's...
Yeah, that's wrong.
It's 4 in 3, isn't it?
1 minute. When I'm trying to look goals. Yeah, his last goal was Sheffield United before Newcastle. So
yeah,
it's definitely not. So yeah, I think that stat's a bit wrong, but maybe it's still right with 4 anyway. Maybe the stat's correct, but the number is wrong. Spurs Express. The next one, there's the videos again, copyright, so can't play it. Spurs Express say Lolo and Madders. Love that picture as well. That's what's Bentancur drinking? A bit of matcha tea, I think. A bit of a cup of tea there or something. So
he had a long wait, like Spurs players the fans at the goal line bar had to get his drink.
Probably not. But a lovely picture of Bentancur and Madders there. Porro on Instagram after the games. A special 3 points from us to you. Merry Christmas, Spurs fans, and a great picture of him and Son as well after the game. I love him, and I love these. What a smile! He's got a great smile, doesn't he, Porro, as well? And lovely little picture with him and Son after the game.
I will say with that one very quick, Simeon, is after, I can't remember what game it was, Pedro Porro took his social media down because of the abuse he was getting from Spurs or so-called Spurs fans. What a turnaround he's had coming up to the anniversary of him being here 1 year. I'll stand by it. I think he's the most improved player of the squad this year. I think he's player of the season so far. And it's like you said, so nice to see Pedro Porro smiling, enjoying his football and getting the recognition he truly deserves. I think he has been a colossus for us this season.
Yeah, I completely agree. Spurs Express. Spurs Express Lo Celso on Instagram saying another big win today. Spurs thankful to our fans for the vibe and your support of the stadium. Merry Christmas to everyone. A nice picture of him getting ahead of Patterson there. And also the next tweet as well is from a Spurs Express was Lo Celso's 17-minute cameo, 14 out of 16 accurate passes, 4 right, 4 ground duels, 1 clearance, 3 tackles as well. Tidy cameo from the Argentine, and it really was. I thought it was a really good substitute performance. Vicario on Instagram, Merry Christmas Spurs fans, and a picture of him making that crucial save, one-handed save from Dan Juma. Brilliant stuff. Nathan Clark saying, I need a lie down after that. I think we all needed a lie down after that one. I wonder who this one is. Brian Daigle on REAX. You tweeted yesterday saying, now that's what I call a Sonny personalised shirt. And this was, was this at the Scotland Yard, was it?
This is at Scotland Yard, mate. One of my very, very, very good friends. He's since put the link where you can get them from. But he showed me afterwards, there's so more attention to detail on certain parts of the shirt. He's got like his first game from when he started supporting Spurs. He's done loads of little other personalizations, but the attention to detail and artwork on that shirt, this video doesn't give it justice. It's an incredible shirt, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. He made it, did he? Or
not he? He actually found it. The designer does it on Amazon, and he's since followed me. He's got a new shirt out coming for this year, which's got all the players on, not just focusing on Son. He does 50 of them at a time, I believe. And my mate, I think this cost him about $80. Sorry, £80.
That's really good though. I kind of want one. Yeah. That's a really nice shirt. Look at that.
I'll send you the link to where you get them from.
Yeah, send me a link. I might look into ordering one of these.
I'll WhatsApp it to you. It's the attention to detail, and like I said, he leaves little bits available where he says what, like you're supported Spurs since, and you put in the date of your own, and he'll add those little touches to it. It's an incredible shirt, up close and personal.
Yeah, it looks real fine, and so maybe people can check that out. BR Football says the end of Tottenham versus Everton. Yeah, I think that was all of us just holding our hearts as Robert Downey Jr. there. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Cho says, what is Son cooking? And there's a nice little bit of skill here from Son into Brennan Jones. A lovely little move there from Sonny. Good stuff there. Whoa, see you later. Tottenham Hotspur tweeting out what it means with a white heart emoji in their Son. Look at the passion there. Oh, look at that. How unbelievable from Heung-min Son. Next one is from MU, says Premier League player stats. This is goals, and this is Son now. He's up to 23rd now in the goal scoring charts, overtaking Ian Wright in the goal scoring charts there after yesterday with his goal. Really on the heels now of Raheem Sterling and Steven Gerrard. So hopefully it won't be too long till he hits the top 20.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be that long. I wonder who is 20th and what the actual target is.
I'll have to look at that. But
mate, it's still an incredible feat from Sonny. And to take it, listen, love him or hate him because of who he played for, to take over Ian Wright, who was a predator.
Yeah,
who was one of the greatest strikers I remember watching. That's a big thing. That's a big thing. Well done, Sonny.
And also Sterling as well, considering Sterling's been in the Premier League longer and has been in the Premier League the whole time, to be catching up on him is very impressive. Because he scored a bucket load for City, Raheem Sterling. So that's really, really good. Statman Dave says, Heung-min Son has scored and assisted 15 goals so far this season. Only Haaland and Salah have more, and only Watkins has as many, in sublime form. And yeah, look, he's one of the form forwards in the Premier League at the moment, Heung-min Son. Absolutely brilliant. Can't wax lyrical about him enough. Nam Pyong, just with a load of question marks. Somehow... Emerson found himself with his shorts down at one point. I don't know what happened there, but he's showing off a bit, I think, let's say. Emerson Royale. I'm not sure how that happened. Spurs Express, Heung-min Son after the game says, I'm very grateful, very lucky to be in a Spurs shirt. I'm the luckiest man in the world to have this support behind me, our captain. And what a man. He just loves the club, doesn't he? And since, after Kane Lee has left, like to have someone like him spearhead being the face of the club, I just couldn't be happy with someone like him. And that's it.
Oh,
That's
I'll just
the
add
last
to that,
one.
Tim.
Go on.
I'll
Yeah.
just very quickly add to that. I mean, people seem to say, first of all, the thing you got to love about Human Son is whenever, like Saudi Arabia came out in the summer, straight away Human Son comes out and says, "No, I'm staying at Tottenham." He tells straight away, "I'm not going to let any Spurs fan listen to this nonsense. I stay at Tottenham." But you've got to look at everything this man does. And people say, "Do you know what? Why have none of these big clubs come into him?" I think it may be. I think loads of people have inquired to his agent and said, "Listen, we're stiffing around, we're interested," and he's probably said, "Don't care, I stay at Tottenham." Because every time there is a bit of concrete, the rumours that start growing, he flattens them straight away. I think people have come in for this player, and Human Son is absolutely out of the question. I stay at Tottenham Hotspur, and the reason he's got this incredible support, not just because he's a magnificent player, it's the loyalty he's shown.
Yeah.
Loyalty is few and far between in football nowadays, and this man leads by example in that department.
Yeah, absolutely agree. But look, Brian, that is all for Reacts.